Put God first. Put God first in everything you do. Everything that I have is by the grace of God. Understand that. It's a gift. I've been protected. I've been directed. I've been corrected. I've kept God in my life and it's kept me humble. I didn't always stick with him, but he always stuck with me. So stick with him in everything you do. If you think you want to do what you think I've done, then do what I've done and stick with God.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Wayne Campbell.
And I'm Sheila Campbell.
And this is your morning drive with the driver's side. Good morning, baby.
Hi.
Seriously, hair and makeup did this to me today?
Yeah.
I asked for hair and makeup yesterday, and this is what I get, a Dutch boy?
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know, but do you remind me, like I said,
I mean,
like
come
English kind of schoolboy or something. I'm not even sure.
Who's in charge of this production?
You.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have done this to me.
Hey.
What's wrong with people? What are we going to go with today? Let's go with Rush Truck Center. Rush is not bad. I used to go there all the time. When I went to Chalk Mountain. Yeah, that's where we got the Peterbilt's from.
Well, you look good in a hat.
I look good in anything, even a Dutch boy haircut.
Oh. Yes, it was cute.
All right. Well, it's Wednesday. It's Wellness Wednesday.
It is Wellness
so
Wednesday.
Before we get into anything, before we even get to mentions or anything this morning, I want to go to a comment off that post that went viral on the driver's side. It says those truckers are working very hard. They would do everything to help people. Can you imagine in the winter how hard it must be? Snow, rain, very bad weather. You will always see them on the road because they know people need them. Let's respect those guys. Let's buy them coffee sometimes when we see them having trouble to get food. Let's do something for them because they are doing a lot for us. A big thank you, guys, to all of you. You are heroes. I thought that was neat. There's so many comments to go through that are just thank yous to you drivers that I think are just amazing and truly a blessing. And they're needed. You guys need to know how much you actually are appreciated. So I thought we'd start Wellness Wednesday off with that because, well, it's Wellness Wednesday.
It is Wellness Wednesday. And that is an awesome post. There are a lot of great comments on that post there. I mean, there's thousands and thousands and thousands of comments on there. And it just gets so hard to go through them all. You can read only X amount at one time. It's just a little, not overwhelming in a bad way, but overwhelming in a positive, great way.
There's just so much good stuff on there.
There is.
But we're starting off with something good. Unfortunately, there's going to be there's a balance in the world.
Correct.
But the heaven gained another angel.
Yes.
And what it's Billy Brown, isn't it? Isn't that his name, Billy Brown or something? The Alaskan Bush people. Their father passed, and this guy taught him how to live off the grid.
Yeah.
Like never before.
Like seriously off the grid.
Seriously, but he's a Texan actually.
Is he?
He was born in Texas.
Oh.
And then moved up to Alaska with his wife to go off the grid.
Well.
But I'm sure his sons and his family will carry out his legacy pretty well.
Pretty much. He was in pretty young too. I think he was only in his
40s.
In his 60s.
Oh, was he in his 60s?
Yeah.
Oh,
he was
sorry.
In his 60s.
Yeah, let's not put him in the 40s because I'm in my 40s still. Yeah, let's not do that.
I think he was in his 60s from what I read on it. I mean, still, that's 60s is still is fairly young. I mean, so I didn't see for what reason that he passed on it, but condolences to the family.
Yeah, condolences, keeping you in our thoughts and our prayers. But we want to jump to a positive thought, and that's Philip Kirby made the mentions this morning. Obviously, he's with his kids.
Yeah.
And you cannot deny these, dude. I mean, these are spitting images of you. They're like little Kirby's. Did you see this post? I thought it was great.
I did. Or it could be niece or nephews.
No, it's his sons.
Oh, well.
I saw, you obviously didn't see the post.
Well, I just saw the picture. I didn't read the whole
Yeah, well, come on then. And we're talking about this morning. Seriously, you gonna do Kirby like that, bro? Why you do him the way you do, bro? Pay attention.
Sorry,
shout out to you, Kirby, man.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see him soon. We haven't seen him in a while.
You're more worried about your tea than anything.
I am. I need my tea this morning.
What?
Up at 3, so it's already been kind of a long day for me getting ready.
Up at 3.
Up at 3.
I don't know what that's like. What are you doing?
No, I know you.
What are you doing up at 3, bro?
Because I have to finish and get ready and set up.
Oh, what are you trying to say? I don't do anything.
I didn't say that.
You're
good at sawing those logs.
Well, am I?
At those 3 a.m.
What do you got for us today, Sheila?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Are you going to help me out, or are you just going to
Yeah, we do. We've got some trucking news, and then we have a little topic as far for the Wellness Wednesday, which is going to be about animals and stress. So
animals and stress, really?
And how they help out with the stress.
We're going to talk about that later?
Yes, that's going to be for the Wellness Wednesday.
Well, I know one thing about stress, and some things, stress isn't good. No. Stress isn't good. Sometimes every once in a while you're in that truck and you look in that mirror and your heart skips a beat. Yeah. Start stressing out. It's usually because sometimes someone unexpected comes into your life and out of nowhere makes your heart race and changes you forever. We call these people DOT, Sheila. Right? DOT. Back in the, you should know. Every four-wheeler kind of knows this when you see that light bar in your rear view mirror.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have a rear view. These drivers don't have rear. They got side mirrors.
Right.
But when they see that bear sitting in the middle, that picture taker, they're not happy. It makes them see them.
And I'm sure that there's drivers out there that are a little more stressed than others when that happens.
You think?
Yeah, they have reason to be.
Yeah.
Like all those ones in the Georgia way station. I'm sure they weren't very happy.
Well, just remember, if you eat today, thank a farmer. If it's on your table, thank a trucker. If you eat in peace, thank a veteran. Yes. And I'm thinking I was going across Facebook, right? Oh, I know that's what that's doing there. What'd you do?
That was you, Flicky. Oh,
that's fingers. For later. Oh, Flicky fingers. But yeah. I meant to hit this one. Remember this? Remember back in the day? How did you? Okay, I had to block some people yesterday.
Right.
On Facebook. I had to block them.
Right.
A little issue going on there. But and then I came across this post.
Uh-huh.
How did we block people back in the day, Sheila? How would you block a friend if you wanted to block a friend when you were young?
You just didn't talk to him anymore. You just didn't answer the phone, and you just didn't talk.
Funny how you said didn't answer the phone. How we blocked people in the 80s? You took the phone off the hook.
So they got the busy signal.
Right.
I did that to a few boyfriends.
Right. What?
Just saying. I did that to a few boyfriends.
You've never had a boyfriend in your life. I've been the only man in your life. I don't know what you're talking about.
You weren't a boyfriend back then. Although
I've never been a boyfriend. I've been the only one.
Although you know what? Forever. I may have done that to you and John once or twice.
Ew. Ew, you are not right. You are not right. All right, I wanted to say, so let's get moving on. I wanted to say, you're not right. I don't even want to talk about that. God, let me say thank you to somebody that cares. Brian Pillager. How do you say his last name? Pilger, Brian Pilger. I want to say thank you, sir. You bought some shirts yesterday and stuff like that. Thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate you. And he said he made a comment yesterday. You guys should have pens. Every driver needs a pen.
Yeah,
that's true, but every old school driver needs a pen, not these newbies.
Right. Well,
they're pens in their fingers.
And as far as the merchandise goes, we're going to be updating some stuff on there. We need to go through it, and we need to update some stuff. But I think that we're looking at different sources, and so we're trying to get that in place so that it's more cost efficient for you guys and for us as well. So we've got some things in the work, and that's taking place. So, but we will think about and consider putting pens on. So, and stickers. I know that you guys have asked for stickers too.
All right, so we got a packed show this morning. We got trucking news. What else we got? We talking about health and wellness and stuff like that. A little bit of that.
Yes, and then I want to say congratulations to Susie Carlton because apparently she's going to be a grandma.
I want to say congratulations before. I mean, God. Have you seen this world today?
Stop it. Grandkids are for
congratulations,
stealing.
Susie. Congratulations, you guys. All right, so I think we made it through pretty much mentions. We got to get to good mornings. You got trucking news. Guess
we got weather, which of course snow from coast to coast again, and still we've got wind chill freeze warnings up there, rain. So yes, we're going to be getting into weather too.
All right. So let's back out of it a little bit. Let's take a break. I guess because we got 43 comments already.
Yeah.
There's 43 good mornings.
Yeah.
Seriously, people? 43 and 12 likes.
That's okay.
What's wrong with these people?
That's okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, truckers, we need to talk. I have a serious issue. It was sunny. There's no way you couldn't see me. I'm on the freeway, right? On my Harley, just brapping. I'm going like this to every truck that I pass. I'm giving the friggin' arm pump. I'm like, yeah, give me that horn, baby. Let's hear it. I want to hear it. I went past like 14 trucks. You know how many gave me the horn? One. Uno. 1 out of 14. Come on, man. Chicks? No, they were all dude drivers, but still. See a girl going like this? I expect to hear the bop, bop. Don't let me down next time. Thanks.
Did you see the comment? The one truck that honked was a Swift truck.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it's getting bad out there. Let's get to your good mornings.
Hi. Hi. Good morning.
All right, Judy. Alan
morning.
Jones
Good morning,
hauling that
Alan.
wagon. Leanne, good morning. Scott Granger, good morning.
Scott.
Anton Austin, Kevin Connor. All right, good morning. Gary getting his face. Glenn
morning, Gary.
Clay is here. Keith
Good morning.
Becker, Glenn Clay says, good morning. Phil, amigo, Tristan, Sonny, how are you? Justin Pomerantz, how are you? Alvin, how are you? Ellie says, good morning. 23 here in Childress, Texas. Oh, God. And it is slow going, but okay for now on 287 northbound, closed 16 involving truck and shut down. 287. Wow. Oh, boy, I used to run 287. No, God.
Is that awful?
Yeah, it's not awful. Just so it depends on what part you're on in 287 and where at in Texas. If you spill a cup of ice in Texas, it's like Vegas. Oh God, everybody's everywhere. It's a mess. And every so often, it's mayhem ain't the word, but every so often when Texas freezes over, it becomes a real big nightmare. So be careful out there, drivers, especially in this weather. All right, Glenn Clay says, good morning, fellow. Cover it up. Damn it, fella. Cover it up. What am I? Oh, the hair. Did you see that? It was bad. A little Dutch boy.
Oh.
There we go. There's Wayne I'm looking for. That's the Wayne I know.
What happened there?
Nothing.
Wow.
Nothing. You like that shit. Stop it.
I do. You know what's so great?
Stop
is that
it.
your hair stays in so many different positions.
What are you
when
talking
start
about?
doing Stuff.
What are you
it'll say,
saying?
and like when we had
You didn't know I'm a unicorn?
Brittany's, when we
You didn't know I'm a unicorn?
Brittany's daughters, she made the unicorn horn and it just stayed there. Oh, wow.
You like that, don't you? Justin Williams, good morning. I believe he's heading over to Valley. There's Jerry. How are you? Joe Hood, good to see you. Greg Martin, dispatch me home. Floyd King, how are you? Let's see what Leanne's saying. Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee, and Southern Indiana is ice and very bad weather. I-24 is heavily impacted. Be careful, drivers.
Yes.
Yeah, drivers, we got weather this morning.
Yep.
And as you can see, like my hair, it's crazy out there.
Yes.
All right.
And they were talking as far as in Kentucky that there's going to be freezing rain.
Yeah.
So it's going to get bad. There's warnings out all over. Yeah, it's kind of crazy out there.
God, it's real crazy.
I know. I'll be glad when the spring comes and it finally warms up a little bit and all the crazy winter weather finally kind of goes away. Oh, my. Okay,
winter weather finally goes away?
Yeah, put your hat back on.
What's wrong, Dad? Come on, winter weather goes away. Don't let nothing break your stride.
I'm not. I'm concentrating on you right now. That's not.
All right. Ellie says, love the purple sweatshirt. Thanks to Scott and Karen. I got this for them. It reminds me of my mother. That's why. Anytime you see purple hearts in the comments or you see me in purple or you see something around this purple, it's a representation of my mother.
Yep.
Yeah.
I agree. And you look good here.
Putting you on the spot. Charles Bundy, good morning. How are you?
Charles.
All right. Joe Hood says, Brown was 68. What? Brown. Brownsville, Texas? I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of when it comes to that. Charles says, good morning. Becky Underwood says, good morning, Wayne and Sheila, and to everyone.
Good morning, Becky.
Kevin Cummings is here this morning. Oh,
good morning,
he
Kevin.
shared my video from yesterday with a little boy. Little boy video getting caught on the computer with a virus.
That was funny.
Yeah. So I got a new one this morning. I put the Swift one up.
Did you?
I did. She talked about Swift. I figured I put my Swift in there. It's a little Swifty. We'll see that.
You guys haven't seen his new TikTok of the little boy who is trying to explain to his mother why his pants are down and that he had a virus on his computer.
Yeah, I don't have that. I didn't put that up. I put the Swift one up. But good morning, Kevin Cummins. Give a shout out to Robert Foreman. He just purchased his first truck on his own.
Awesome.
He's going out here to kick ass by himself. Just give them a good luck. Give thoughts and in our prayers. Look, Robert, come on, get it, driver.
Yeah.
We actually got a video today from a young lady that asks, when is it the right time? When is it the right time? So we'll talk about that a little bit later. Thank you, Kevin Cummings. Appreciate that comment. Great comment. Love seeing new people. Oh, there he is. This guy right here.
Good morning,
I went to
Kelly.
the airport yesterday, looking at looking for my airplane, my private jet to go polish his truck. No, not available. Didn't go through. His
Polish
check
his
bounced.
truck?
Yeah, his check bounced. His credit card was no good. I went to the airport. The G4 was there on the tarmac. They said, sorry, SLC's. Yeah, not so much LLC. Yeah, no. No,
Right.
sorry. Kelly Shane Richardson, it wouldn't go through.
Or are you polishing the whole truck or just the stick?
Really?
What?
Really?
What?
Are you going to go there?
Just saying.
You're going to ride that train?
Just
you know
saying.
What? You know what? You can get in the back of his wagon. Good morning, Kelly Shane.
Apparently,
Just
Kelly,
kidding.
I'm going to need a ride.
Kevin Slater up there in Wisconsin. Good morning. How are you? Alvin, good morning. Susie Carlton, the new grandma.
I know.
The new grandma. Good
Congratulations.
morning.
Yes, I
Good
saw
morning
it on
to
there.
you.
Yes. New baby coming.
Who you calling a newbie? I don't know.
I
Who
don't
are you
know.
calling a newbie? Not you. I mean, come on, Jerry. I mean, come on. We've gone through this before. Stop it. Get out of here with that. Good morning, Jerry. How are you? Judy, good morning. I'm ordering a cap in a couple of weeks. Thank you. We
cool.
appreciate that. Kevin Slater, he actually, Kevin Slater, wait, where'd it go? Where'd Kevin Slater go? Right. Where'd Kevin Slater go? Let me go back up to Kevin Slater. Now I can't find you. Jeez Louise. Come on, Wayne. You had one job. Oh, Kevin Slater's gone. I don't know. I saw it in there. Oh, there it is. Yes, I need stickers.
Yes. I know, guys. We are we're going to be revamping as far as the merchandise and stuff. But some of the ones that we use for the drop shipping that we have
bro.
is like ridiculously overpriced.
Driver, I'm new at this.
Yeah.
We're new at this. Give us a break, all right? All right?
Yeah, it's
Chill
kinda
out,
crazy.
bro. Thank you for buying the sweatshirt, though, Kevin. All right, Leanne says, I'd love stickers so I could put them around my and get the word out for the show.
We'll get some made.
We'll have it done. My
Yeah.
God, I'm not going to talk about it. We'll get into that later. All right, Mark Mason. Good morning, sir. Good to see you. Shares a lot of our content.
Yes.
Yeah. What were you going to say?
That his comment was about the Bob's Big Boy, the
Well,
swirl.
Well, we'll get to that. My mom worked at Bob's Big Boy. It was one of her first jobs.
And he's absolutely right. That's what it reminded me of too.
All right, Mark Mason. I could use some stick. Okay, with the stickers already. Jeez Louise. We love you guys. We love you too. Susie Carlton says, thanks, guys. It's our nephew and his wife. Both of his parents passed 2 years ago. So we will most certainly give this baby the love of grandparents. It's our honor to be able to do so. Get it?
Awesome.
Get
So congratulations.
Congratulations.
Though, and I know it's gonna be like a new baby to you.
It's a new baby.
Yeah.
Get it. All right,
just
Justin.
spoil him and send him back. That's the best part of it.
Are you working out, Justin?
Yeah.
What's with the arms?
That's
you
like
feeling
Rosie.
weak? You need me to flex? Are you trying to see my flexing? You want me to flex for you?
For me,
I'm not trying to get her excited.
That'd be Rosie the Riveter. That's what
I get that. You're not yeah. No, stop it. It's not a good look. Good morning, Mike.
Kicks your butt.
Ow! Stop with your bony fingers.
That was oh my gosh, that was such a tap.
On camera. On camera.
Oh my goodness.
Somebody call him. We finally
you
got her.
So exaggerate.
Finally got a way out. Call him.
You exaggerate. Yeah.
All right. Good morning, Mike McPherson. You bull hauler right there. Casey. Good morning. Casey Daniels. Jason Fry. Good morning. Kevin Slater. Good morning. Early. Good morning, sir. Glenn Calais Jr. Not his father. Good morning. Can't stay on. The crane finally showed up.
Oh.
Have a good day. Somebody's getting that wagon loaded. Yep. Get it. Pretty Lee Riley says, I'm Abilene, Texas, home today and everything's frozen. I'm staying in with the critters until Monday. Yeah. Telling you, when Texas freezes up, it's not even worth going out.
No,
it's not.
There's some freezing fog warnings that are still in effect right now, as far as I know, in parts of Texas too. So,
all right. Good morning, Jesse E. Long. How are you, sir?
Morning,
Justin, we already got him. Joe Hood, we got you. Good morning, Jennifer Perrone. I need to get a shirt for Vincent Perrone. How can I order one? On the store. I'll send you a link, Jennifer. To the Perrone family. Vince is at a new company, Car Hauler.
Oh, cool.
It's Car Hauler.
Awesome.
Yeah, I've known him for 5 years, 6 years now. The Perrone family has been in my life for a minute.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I'm glad that they're here. All right, Lee Adams, good morning, sir. Cindy, good morning. Kevin Cummings says, I just got a machine to make decals. I can hook you up. Well, look at you.
Awesome.
Well, look at that. Look
Absolutely.
at that.
Get in touch with us later.
I want to get hooked up by Paul Martin, though. I want that Bluebird he's got. He does. He's got a beautiful Bluebird bus. He's starting an RV like it's not fair.
Why?
He's got the Bluebird. He's got a diesel pusher.
Where were we that we were sitting right next to a
Oregon.
classic? Yeah, that
Oregon.
classic
We were in
Bluebird.
Salem, Oregon.
Yeah, that was a really cool one.
You
I
gonna
can't remember
tell them
what we
about
were-
it? Or you
yeah.
just gonna daydream over there, lady.
Yeah.
We got a show to run
I
here.
know.
Come on, lady.
I was daydreaming a little bit.
All right, Jennifer says, thank you. Ellie says, Joe Hood Wayne was going to have 2 made for my truck. Flatbed 48 states Ellie and Mike. Okay, yeah, now you guys are having conversations. Good morning, David Arnold. And I
Good
think
morning.
that gets us, pretty much wraps us up for good mornings, doesn't it, Sheila?
Darren. Good morning, Darren.
Oh, wait, let me not ignore
morning,
Ed
Ed.
Rogers. Good morning, sir.
Good
How are
morning.
you, Buffalo? Oh, my
Mm.
God, these people. All right. Oh, wait. Pretty Lee Ryder says, I'm sad that our race tour canceled
Oh.
weather, but thankful I don't have to spend a week in the freezing cold. On
Yeah.
top of the fact, that's actually better. You get out there and it freezes up while you're out there, you're screwed.
Yeah.
We saw that money getting out there. Yeah, just let it pass. You'll be all right.
There'll be
Next
another
time.
one
There'll be another
very
race.
soon.
All right, Sheila, where are we at? What do we got to do?
So
Can
after
we
that, we got
cover
Good
everything in
Morning.
mentions?
Yeah. So we'll go into a little break, and then we're going to get into some trucking news, and then we'll have weather, and then we'll get into the topic for Wellness Wednesday.
Okay, should I do Swifty now?
Sure.
Should I do Swifty now?
Do Swifty.
All right, look, don't get offended. Don't get hurt. We just know it's all in fun. We'll be back.
Attention drivers, are you tired of driving sub-rate equipment? Then come on down to Swift Transportation. That's right, at Swift, we're looking for the best parking truck drivers out there. Now, if you back into a spot, but only take up 1 space, then we don't want to talk to you. But if you can back up and take up 5, 6, or 7 spots at your local Flying J, Petro, or TA, then Swift Transportation has a shiny white Volvo with your name on it. So give Swift a call at 1-800-SEE-WHAT-I-FUCKED-UP-TODAY.
And now to your trucking news. All right, now I got pictures to support you, She. What do you got?
Mhm.
All right.
Okay, guys, we're going to start off with an article from the other day over the weekend of putting a bust in human trafficking that happened over the weekend. So, yes, and it's
Go ahead. Keep trafficking.
Yeah, I wanna
busted.
thank-
I got this.
I want to thank, not only did I see this article as well, but I want to thank Keith Becker for also as well sending me the article over.
Get it.
So on October 5th in St. Joseph, Missouri, more than a dozen law enforcement agencies took part in a human trafficking operation at the truck stops Buc-ee's and Love's. The outcome was 3 people were arrested and 8 people were rescued, which were 2 young kids, 5 adult females, and 1 adult male. Authorities consider their operation a success and that it sends a message to traffickers that they are not welcome in Missouri and that they can't hide.
They're not welcome
any longer.
anywhere.
Right.
Not
but
just
there was-
Missouri, anywhere.
But there was like 16 agencies that were
Good.
involved in this. And I mean, it ranged all the way from local police to different sheriff's departments, the FBI, U.S. Marshals, there was Department of Corrections, probation and parole, state parks. I mean, everybody and their brother was involved. There were some negative comments on this that said, man, you had all those agencies out there during that time and they only arrested 3 people. But you know what? That's still 3 people. Yeah, there was some negative on it. But here's my response on that. You know what? 3 people is 3 more people who's not
It's not a joke.
trafficking anymore.
It's not a joke.
Correct.
It's not a joke.
And as you guys, if you guys remember it all, we really back and support Truckers Against Trafficking. We
100%.
last year
100%.
or the year before, we supported them, and we had you drivers take the online quiz to get certified and get your certificate.
I
for
want to
it.
say Vincent Perone got his. Vincent Perone got his
there was a
over
few.
here. I want to say him, Bob. A few people
Yeah.
got theirs over
think
here on the driver's
Philip
side.
Kirby did
yeah,
too.
Philip Kirby.
Mhm.
The day we did
Yeah.
that episode. So shout out to Tat and to the agencies that made this happen. It's great, and thank you for bringing that to light, Sheila. It's important that we know what's going on out there.
Right.
We see it in these truck stops all the time. We see things going on in these
Right.
truck stops that shouldn't be going on, and you know what? It's time for things to get better in some way, shape, or form.
Right. Well, and that's what, Truckers Against Trafficking is all about, that they ask you drivers, because of the fact that you have the opportunity to see so many things, whether you're parking somewhere that you see kind of motels, that you see stuff that goes on there, stuff that goes on in the truck stops areas over there. And that if you see something, that don't be afraid to call in on it.
Right.
Exactly.
I agree. I agree 100% with that. Yeah, I have daughters, I have grandkids, and look, my grandkids are going to be in truck stops with their grandmother. Okay, their grandmother still drives to this day. She's hauling cattle now. My daughter is big on trucks. Her father. My grandkids will know about trucks. They already do.
Right.
Okay, they were born into it. On the simple fact that my daughter that I'm talking about, my grandkids that I'm talking about, their father was actually killed by a truck before my daughter was born.
Right.
With my ex. Okay. So there's a lot to talk about there and things with that, but it's important because my kids are at truck stops. My grandkids are at truck stops. So a lot of things happen at truck stops that shouldn't happen at truck stops.
Right. And your ex-wife is still a truck driver. She's
still
out there getting it.
She's hauling cattle now.
Yeah.
She's the first deaf woman, I want to say, to haul cattle now.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. She's kicking ass and taking names.
She's out there
not a bad thing I can say about her. It's crazy, right? I'm saying it with my
She's out there getting it.
I love you. All right, Sheila, what else we got here in the trucking news? I'm noticing on my notes
it says real quick though that with that really quick before we go on to the next one, that guys just do remember too that we're not just talking about sex trafficking. This is human trafficking, also involves
in general.
Correct. People that are used for labor as well. Okay, so people are kidnapped and used for labor or transported over borders or kidnapped over. So that is also considered human trafficking as well.
Again, if you don't know about that, get with TAT. They'll teach you about that. Oh, get it, Wayne. Look at that. Oh, boy. All right, Sheila, I'm looking at my notes, and we're going to move on to young drivers. What are you talking about young drivers here? What do you got about young drivers?
Yeah, so apparently, about the young drivers are kind of back in the news again. So teen truckers, so the ATA thinks there is a safe enough way to get them on the seat, to get them in the seat.
The 18-year-old?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going back to again? Correct. Is that what's coming in? Is that trending right now?
Well, the ATA right now here's the deal. So the FMCSA proposed a pilot program, if you guys remember, allowing for teen truck drivers to haul across state lines. The comment period ended in November, and the potential program is still in the planning stages. It hasn't gone through. They just proposed it. They talked about it. There was a whole hubbubaloo that was going on from everybody. And so then they proposed of doing a pilot program for it. And then of course there's comment periods to find out, which everybody and their brother pretty much was against. Okay. So although there was also a poll conducted that was done by CDL Life too of 1,000 truck drivers, and it was over 80% of the drivers that were absolutely against it, that said that they just didn't think that.
I wonder why.
Part of it that they're citing both safety and insurance rates increasing as far as that. But the ATA supports the program and claims that it could help with the driver shortage, especially since the pandemic hit. They believe that if they received, here's what they think, that if they received 400 hours of supervised training, mentorship, and 4 safety technologies as a requirement, that would be safe enough.
Who came up with the number 400? That's what I want to know. Why is it 400 hours?
The ATA. So the ATA is the one who has proposes that they totally support it and that they're backing to get these teen drivers into the seat, even though that the majority of you drivers out there are against it. It's over 80% that has been polled, and even comments during the commenting period when we had talked about this before was not great with the FMCSA, that the majority of comments that were out there to them were also against it.
You say a lot of negative, a lot of people against a lot of drivers. Are they okay? So we're saying veteran drivers because according to the ATA and all of them, the driver shortage. Okay, because you're going to driver shortage, so it's turnover rate.
Right.
Okay, so so I guess the 5% or 8%, because it was at 92% turnover rate just a couple of weeks ago. So the 8% that's in the industry, that stays in the industry, like the Gary Jones, the Jim Baileys, and the Britneys and Bob Cooks, and the core of the industry think it's a bad idea. And, insurance is going to go up and this and that. But here's where I go with it. I always been against it. Because to me, it's a disrespect to the veteran of the industry. It's a disrespect because what they had to go through to obtain that license,
right?
and all the things that they had to go through and had to achieve in order to get that license.
And see, I
Okay,
myself,
so-
I'm kind of on the fence about it. I really am. I agree that I agree because it's not just 18, it's up to 20. You know, right now you have to be 21, right? Unless you're in state.
Which
So-
there again, I feel like the in-state before you blow past that is it's more traffic congestion. It's more interaction with the general public. So it's kind of doesn't make sense to me because out on the open road, once you cross that line, go out there in the open road, it's just you.
Right.
You know, in a lot of ways. There's a lot of them, they're four-wheelers, but you deal with them in the instance too.
Right. But then you have, so then you have the ones who maybe perhaps drive in state in certain areas that don't experience winter weather. And so now, if you allow that to happen, now you've got 18, 19, 20-year-olds out there who, first of all, haven't had just a license in general for a very long time.
No. There's no maturity level. There's no maturity.
Right. Nor the experience. And especially out in the winter driving. So
But-
I have concerns on both aspects. Plus, I think the maturity of a lot of younger people as well. So
Correct. And then you're going to get the argument they're 18 years old, they can go to war, they can drive a truck. Okay, when they go into the army, they go into the military, they go through an extensive training boot camp.
right.
That's called, and they make sure they weave them out.
Right.
The week let's go. Right, just like the schools. Okay,
Every day for hours and hours and
right.
hours.
So I'll eliminate that argument.
Right.
What I want to talk about is where this equipment is today. You don't really need a brain to drive a truck as much today as you did back in the day. You don't need to grab gears. You don't need to worry about
Right.
changing lanes. It's going to let you know where you're at. You don't need to worry about putting in your filling out your logbook.
Right.
Okay, because you got a computer now. You got all this driver assist, and I thought that they were coming out with the driverless truck. I mean, they're almost there.
Mhm.
Well, they are there. It's just regulations are stopping them. So here we go again with the younger driver. Oh, well,
Right.
insurance companies, venture drivers worry about insurance going up. Well, cameras, facing cameras,
Right.
computers, driver assist. So that kind of eliminates that issue.
Right.
They're assisted. Technically, for me, it's still a bad idea because of all that technology I'm talking about makes that driver more lazy, in my opinion. Doesn't make him safer. It just makes him more dependent on a computer that fails.
Right.
Okay. So that, for me, no, I'm against it. I'm still against it. Okay. Because if we're going to compare to the military, the training opposed to the trucking industry, that apples and oranges.
Right, and I agree. And I think that, like I said, part of it is I'm on the fence because there's a lot of young people who are out there who are second or third generation who are actually trained and raised in the truck, and they already have experience, back roads and so on and so forth. They're not necessarily out there, and they've been around trucks, and so they're kind of already conditioned for it. So, like I said, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I just think, man, just the trucking responsibility of it. Just the age of it, just the maturity level of them is where I kind of have a problem.
I think we head over to the comments instead of dragging it out between us two.
Yeah.
Because remember what we figured out?
What, we ramble?
Yeah,
we like to
ramble McGee's over here. Let's go to Beamer King. Beamer King says, my dad has been driving trucks for the last 30 years. I salute him and all you truckers out there. What people fail to realize is this: if truckers stop moving, America stops also. So remember that the next time you dickbags fail to move over and give them the right of way. Love and respect to all you truckers out there, right? Okay, yeah, that went way down. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. And I don't think the dickbags appreciate it though.
He's talking about the four-wheelers.
I know who he's talking about. He should have said douchebags. I don't know why he went with the penis.
Well.
All right, Leanne says, I'm not comfortable with teens behind the wheel of four-wheelers, so the thought of putting them behind the wheel of an 80,000-pound vehicle is hard. No, because we already have more than enough steering wheel holders with four-wheeler mentalities that aren't teens. Right. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? So you're going to get that argument. And I think that's a great argument. I really, really feel like they're not ready. There's no maturity, especially nowadays. Nowadays with these cars and all the technology. I mean, seriously, I'm bad at this. I'm bad at it. Let's go to Susie.
Yeah.
because I know you want to get it over there. You're like chomping at the bits this morning. Slow down. Take the back seat. You want to read Susie's comment?
Susie says 400 hours would only be 10 weeks of training. That, in my opinion, that's not a lot of time, even for someone older. That's the problem now. We keep screaming safety. Safety starts with training. Correct. I think something more than that's not, and that's what I was going to say, Susie, is I think more than 400 hours would be needed. I think that perhaps if they put in something like a year, that they couldn't actually drive solo by themselves for at least a year. Maybe if they started at 18, got all the credentials for it, and then still had to drive with somebody, still a trainer for at least a year. That would maybe be a way.
I agree with Susie. It's not looking. That's not enough time.
No,
it goes back to the it goes back to the training, like she said.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one thing veteran drivers can agree on is the training and safety aspect. You go on and on about e-logs, on and on about shutdowns and this and that, because like the comment before, trucks stop, America stops, but you're not going to get trucks to stop. It's not going to happen. On top of, if we can keep countries at bay, we could feed our own people when they need to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When there's money down the line and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Besides it, what I'm saying is the safety aspect. Back to that. Back to the training. Things need to get better in that area. Period. 400, it's not enough. It goes back to the recruiting. These recruiters that sell the pipe dream. Oh, you can be your own. It's nothing to driving a truck. Come on down. Right. Come on down. Sick of driving subpar equipment? Tired of that dead-end job? Are you tired of being a couch potato? Come on down to Big Mega Trucking. We'll get you into trucking in 3 days and let a computer control your every move. Did that one too, remember?
Yeah.
All right, so what else we got? That covers the young driver. What is this Aurora that I'm seeing?
And kind of like you were just mentioning before about with all the technology that is actually involved. Do you see one that you would like?
Yeah, I'm sorry, but I forgot about the comments real quick. Dean Stein, I want to make sure if you write them, we want to talk about them, and we don't want to get too far ahead because we're on a delay. All right, Dean Stein says the problem is the farm boys that can drive truck, Eddie team could really handle a truck on the road. I feel it should be judged by the team. By Team DOT should have a special test for 18-year-olds that see what their ability is. Okay, great comment, because and I'm gonna stand by that. I'm gonna go with that one. I like his comment because the one thing I do know is that a lot of drivers that I met out on the road, not my background. I come from Hollywood. I come from the big city with daddy out at the studios with big trucks, equipment, camera truck, grip truck, not John Deere.
Right.
Okay. Not that feeder truck or not, or that hay haul. No, I didn't. I had to learn that eventually. Okay, they didn't let me touch it. They let me play around it, but they didn't let me touch it. They let me, or when I was able to sit in the lab, grab gears, stuff like that.
Right.
But I wasn't out on the farm able to just go do what I want. I was in LA,
right,
Hollywood. It didn't work. So what this gentleman's talking about, the farm driver, the farm kids, there should be a test for them. There should be an ability, a skills test, an ability test, and a background on them, and where they come from, their family, their farm. If they could, that's not hard to do.
Well, that's what I was saying earlier.
You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, who were raised on the farm and around trucks.
Correct.
I mean, they already have that knowledge because they were
Right.
raised around it.
Right.
So that's why I said that I was on the fence on it. But real quick before we end this, I wanted to say that, and we know how the FMCSA is that even though there's negative comments about it, they're still going to do what they want. So if they really want to push this through,
okay, yeah. If we're going to go that route, you're going that route. That's when these drivers need to take action.
Right.
Okay, because nothing gets done, and it's all to benefit big corporations, right, and to kill the little guy. And that's just how I feel. I feel they've been pushing these owner operators out, these little owner operators out for a long time. But then again, I see people like Gary Jones, Rob Hallahan, that are very successful in today's trucking. And it depends on, so when you go to that argument, it's like, the ones that bitch about regulations are the ones that are just not making it and not making the right choices in their career. That's what I'm being, because I try to go down that road. And unfortunately, I learned that that's not the case in all situations. So,
but
right?
leading into, and you were talking about technology,
Aurora,
about all the new
right.
technology out there, which is leading us into our next one, which is Aurora. This has to do with autonomous, you guys. So,
boy, here you go. But wait a minute. You're talking about autonomous. I like that though because of the safety aspect.
Right.
Seriously, all these four-wheelers and stuff like that, nobody pays attention anymore.
Correct.
All right. So Aurora, what is that?
And just like here we go, one more baby step towards again. As far as autonomous, like I said, we've always said, you guys, is that they're not going to give it to you in a big amount. They're going to give it to you in little tiny spoonfuls at a time. So Aurora, here we go. Small steps, keep moving forward. Aurora Innovation Inc., autonomous driving startup, has agreed to a long-term strategic partnership with Toyota Motor Corp that aims to mass produce autonomous vehicles and launch them on ride-hailing networks, including Ubers, over the next few years. Testing of the initial fleet, which is going to be a Toyota Sienna minivan, is going to start beginning this year. So they're going to start rolling that out, which is kind of like...
It's like with electric.
It's like Waymo, okay? So their competition is Waymo right now. But it goes on to say, Aurora is already testing on public roads in California, Pennsylvania, and Texas with a focus on completing long-haul commercial trips. So, yes, which means long-haul commercial, the trucking. That's what they're doing. So they're going to start off like this, just like Waymo. They're going to do the cab hailing, basically the car hailing. So they're going to have the autonomous, just like Waymo does down in Arizona. You're going to be able to hail them, except they're going to be under Uber because what happens is, they're in partnership with Uber.
Okay, and that's the funny thing because Waymo actually sued Uber not too long ago. So and won. And killed them. So obviously Uber went out and partnered up with somebody.
They did. So now they've partnered up with Aurora, who now is partnered up with Toyota. That's some big bucks going on. You got Toyota behind you. That's some big bucks going on. And what's also interesting about Aurora is that their top CEOs, man, they've got some background on them. One is a leader of the autonomous team at Waymo. That's where he was. The other one is he was a director of Tesla's autopilot efforts.
Oh, they're poaching.
And the other one was a professor at Carnegie Mellon who, with others, formed Uber's Advanced Technologies.
Right. So they're poaching. They're poaching from sectors of their industry.
Right.
Okay. So just like Too Simple did with what's his face, Mullins. Is it Mullins over at Too Simple? That was at the FMCSA.
Yep.
As the legal guy over at the FMCSA. Right. Now he's over at Too Simple, getting it all worked out and letting them know, all right, guys, we need this done, that done, and this done. So bam, they can roll them out. The thing is okay, so you want to talk about this, and I know our audience doesn't like it a lot, stuff like that. People start leaving the feed, start the numbers up. But here's what I'm gonna say. As far as this goes,
right.
Kids don't want to get their license anymore.
No, a lot of them don't.
Uber, this Lyft, and all of that, they don't need it. They have drivers.
Yeah.
They technically have their personal own drivers. They can order their special Lyft, their special Uber driver, their Lyft driver. They're not interested in getting licenses. That's why a lot of this stuff is also coming. These companies, they're not dumb.
No.
They're not dumb. They are not. They are dumbing us down, but they're not dumb. I'll say that part. My issue here is again, you're going to devalue the people by a computer. And I get it. We're evolving. We're doing this. But what about the people that displaced, the jobs that are going away? Like right now in the midst of a pandemic, all these jobs that have gone away, are they ever going to come back?
There's a lot of them that aren't going to come back.
Is this the new America then, Sheila? Is autonomous and this new 5G, this new interlocking web, the new America? Okay, because then the driver's going to go, it's going to be hacked. It's going to be that it will be hacked. They know that.
Right.
If you have not looked into this, because I know with you drivers that if I don't come correct, I'm going to get my ass handed to me. Period. But if you're not doing your research, they are expecting to be hacked.
Right.
They are going to expect
That's
it.
True.
And they are going to expect 5,000 casualties. They're going at one time. Yeah. 5,000 cars crash one time. Maybe casualties, fatalities, I don't know. But they are expecting it. And they're going to work through it.
Right.
The one thing I do know is we have bank accounts that get breached all the time, information breached all the time, but we also have nuclear bombs that have access codes to them and stuff like that and all that stuff beyond our comprehension with the military. So whatever they got coming, they're working it out and they will get hacked.
They do. And you said something interesting there that I wanted to point out, with our with the younger generation because they are so they're so raised on technology. Basically, they're just raised on technology. For them to take a driverless car is nothing. They're excited about it. They think it's cool.
Okay, here's
look at me. I'm going to take the Waymo, or I'm going to take the Aurora.
Okay.
I don't need anybody. One, and for two, I wanted to point out, guys, is that I'm not trying to point this out to push this on you. It's just pay attention to who's coming out with what, because they are little baby steps. They're itty bitty little things that just a little flash over here in media outlets of what they're doing, who's getting involved. And we are talking major corporations that are involved. And like we had talked about Goodyear with Too Simple. There's a lot of corporations that are jumping on this bandwagon. And so it's not
even
happening.
Insurance companies. Okay.
Correct.
So look, all right. Well, we can go on and on about. Let's go over to the comments, see what they're talking about over there, Sheila, because we're over here rambling, over here getting it. All right. So I obviously need a Snickers bar already over in the comments from Charles. Slow down, driver. You know what, Charles? I agree with it. Need to slow down. Need to learn how to slow down a little, but they're not slowing down.
That's true.
They're not slowing down. They're hard at it. Okay, so that I'll say. Let's go over to Susie Carlton. Says we are going to have to go to war with these tech giants, or there will be no more jobs for the normal people. I want to agree with you,
right?
To a degree. Your grandkids are going to go to school with screens, keyboards. They might not even touch a pen in their class. When that grandbaby, when they get ready to go to school, they might not even touch a pen. Keyboards are pens to these young people. Okay. These young people are hard at it with these keyboards, and they do programming in schools now.
Right.
That's where I fell short, was not doing the research on the jobs to come.
Right.
Of the programming, getting to learn the mechanics are going to change to computerized. Going back to Excalibur and Timothy and Kendra over there at Excalibur, they don't work on they don't work on they don't work on PACCAR. They don't work on PACCAR. They don't want nothing to do with it because of the issues with computers.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So these kids coming up nowadays, not that you can find a good labor or good. Look at the customer service. Okay, but what I'm saying is the kids nowadays are learning programming. It's different from what we were into. But as far as the war with the tech giant, I don't know. They're doing things today like, okay, I want to say Elon. I think I'm going a little way out over here, but Elon Musk just bought Bitcoin, which made a lot of people rich, I think, overnight. The GameStop thing, they're going at it with the hedge funds. There's things that are going down that that we really don't know about. But I agree with the war with the tech giants, but I think it's a war with value, with valuing the human still. And when you displace them, that you will pay them. Okay, that's my issue.
And we're not against all forms of technology. There are some great things that have come out from technology.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
What?
No, go ahead.
What were you going to say?
No, go ahead. Things are great technology.
That was it. That there were some great things.
I know. Okay, so Google, Google, and this was years ago, the Google car. Blind guy gets to go drive around now. He gets to go do his errands without the assistance of anybody.
Right.
He's got a driverless car.
Right.
All right. But I wanted to spot this guy right here in the comments. Sheila, who's that?
Oh, that's Lincoln.
Lincoln, Nebraska. Larry Starr says, good morning, Wayne and Sheila. Good morning. All right. Jason Fry says, I am sorry, but a computer is not going to have the heart that a real driver has to see accidents and call the law of somebody. You're right. You're right. But they will have the technology that lets them know of an accident. And unfortunately, the things that I've seen, and the things that they have, it sees thousands and thousands of feet ahead. We will talk more about this, okay? If Jason, I want you to, if you have Hulu, look up the show Autonomy, okay? There's two sides to this coin. There's us older folks that just don't want nothing to do with it. It's a bunch of bullshit. It ain't going to happen. Then you got these tech giants, like Susie was talking about, that we got to go to war with, that vow never to let their kids get a license, and that they are going to create things for their kids that they don't need a license because of the human aspect of the human error that's been going down of the senseless killings behind wheels, the texting.
Right.
All right. The not paying attention, running a light and killing a family.
The distracted driving.
The drunk driving.
Right.
The under the influence driving. Okay, we can go back and forth all day long. But the one thing it's not going to have the heart. You're right. It's not going to provide that human service that a good customer service or a good driver provides when they not just walk into that shipper, but when they walk into the terminal or when they talk to other drivers and they spread that positive and that camaraderie. That's going to go away, but drivers are also going to go away. So it's a mix. It's a lot going on right now. And like she said, in stages, so you don't get too upset. All right, let's go to some more comments. All right, Leanne says, if autonomous trucks are so great, why do they still require human in it for when it takes an exit? Okay. All right, so the one thing I'm not ready for, and none of us I think are ready for, is to see a truck going down the road with nobody in it. And I agree with you. Why does it still need a driver? Well, it's because it still needs to take over.
Conditioning.
It's conditioning. It's part of conditioning. And technically, the regulations are not in place yet, Leanne. You have to have a human. It's the wild, wild west of autonomy, but you still have to have the human in it for now. But they are looking to pull them out, and they are going to do the over-the-road relay systems, but humans will still be involved, okay? There's a lot of activity that goes on outside of that truck besides driving it.
Well, and that's where the conditioning comes in from it. You know, you start with these hail riding companies like the Waymo and Aurora, and you start there. So you become more accustomed to seeing autonomy on the road. It may not be a big truck, but you just get accustomed to seeing it. So you start in small stages for the general public to get everyone kind of comfortable with it so that they can bring it out in a bigger stage.
Just like kind of like the automatic.
Right.
Right. I ain't driving at the ELOP.
Right. And also they haven't they haven't completely figured it all out yet. They are still in the process of working out. It's easier for them in the long distance, like pretty much in a straight line, than getting off in that final mile kind of a thing.
All right. And instead of ignoring Ed, let's go to
Ed.
Let's go to Ed. Ed says you just can't stop the technology. Right. Though all the technology that has to come out so fast now, everyone wants to bitch about it. You don't even have to go food shopping no more. You don't have to leave your home ever if you don't want to.
Right.
They made America lazy. Again, this one right here nailed it. And to this day, I will ride it out. We grew up watching the Jetsons, and now we're giving them the Jetsons.
Yeah.
100% right, Ed. And believe it or not, a lot of the technology is welcomed by the younger generation. They're computer-based kids. We didn't. Okay, remember, back in the 80s, this is how you had to block people.
Right.
Okay, it's not a joke. Right? I'm not kidding here. This is not a joke. The shit that we've seen, change that we've seen, is so unbelievable to me now. It's like I'm going, oh my God, I'm old. I'm old.
Well, you know,
I'm old.
No,
this was my phone.
Yes.
How many of you had that cord that stretched all the way across the house and you got under the table to talk to that girlfriend? Hey, baby.
You had a girlfriend?
No.
Oh.
Gotcha.
I had to get him back.
Came back around to it, didn't I? Yes. But no, seriously, how many? If you had the phone, how many guys did you talk to across the room?
I didn't. I didn't have any boyfriends.
You damn right you didn't get it. But you see my point there, but Ed is right. Ed, great comment, Ed. I appreciate that comment. Let's go over to Justin Williams now over in the comments. He says, this is true, but I also feel that some of the younger ones just don't care about getting a license.
They don't.
Because most of them just want to be homebodies and not want to do anything at all. Again, unless it's going to the club or going to benefit them or going to shoot somebody across the country with a Black Hawk on Black Ops.
Right.
I mean, it's out of control. And I agree with the comment. We aren't the same. Yeah. We're just not the same as the younger generation today. It's okay. It's hard for us. And now I figured it out. My mom and dad always said, oh, I don't know how you're going to do it when you get older. It's going to be hell. Sons of bitches. You ain't lying. It's hell with learning this technology and keeping up so I don't get displaced.
I agree. And we just talked about this because I was talking about that I'm going to have to go back. I'm going to have to take some online classes just for IT itself for myself because of all the stuff that I do on the computer. And I'm so far behind on stuff. It just takes me a long time to learn it. I am just not advanced like that. And so I need to catch up.
I agree. Well, Scott Granger says, Wayne Campbell, you're not old. No, I'm old,
No.
Scott. You're ancient.
He's not. You're
got him.
so bad.
Got him.
You're so bad. Anyway.
All right, let's go over to Jeremy real quick, Matthews, and then we'll go. We'll move on to some other stuff. We got some more stuff to get into this morning. All right, Jeremy Matthews says they'll never find a computer to travel down a leased road. Too many variables. It would fry a hard drive. You ain't lying there. He's talking about the oil field.
Oh.
Talking about driving out to a lease road is what goes to the rig out there where they're drilling. You got to go down a lease road, which is most likely on somebody's property, and they don't grade it out often. It's got holes in it. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. It's like for buying a semi.
Right.
I did a lot of learning in trucking, driving lease roads. Actually, Jeremy, thank you. But actually, Jeremy, they might not have a truck right now, but they are doing cars. Right. Remember the off-road that we saw?
Yes.
So, but you're right, Jeremy, as far as that goes. But real quick about the oil field. You're talking about the oil field. The problem with the oil field, though, is once they've drilled that area, capped it up, and they've put all the rails in place, it dries up and the companies go away and they got what they wanted in the end. The oil field is risky as it is. So, all right. I think we're done with the comments.
We are. We're done.
While.
And like I said, you guys, we are going to move on from this topic. I just wanted to let you know, as far as another little baby step that was going in that direction, not to get all into it. We are absolutely not for it. We just have to report on it.
Right, and we're at the top of the hour, and it's Wellness Wednesday, so we have to take a break so we can get to the wellness part.
We are, guys. Start dropping the weather.
Oh, we got weather too.
Yes.
God.
Stop dropping the weather in your area.
Start dropping your weather, your location, your 20, and we're going to go to this guy, all right? We got a little language coming at you this morning. It's Wellness Wednesday, and it's foul mouth Friday.
But it's something that we can relate to, which relates with us in the
because
weather.
she deals with it every day.
And
so
thank
do
you, Charles,
I in the comments. And Charles Bundy, thank you for sending this TikTok.
Try pronouncing random Pennsylvania town names. Sure, why the hell not? How hard could it be? Chilius Kuakaway. Sounds like a fucking Harry Potter spell, bud. Who named this shit? What the fuck did I get myself into? That X better be silent. Poonskatoony. All I can think about here is fucking gobbler snob, to be honest. Monongahela. Fuck. This is just a strain of gonorrhea you get from a dyslexic person. Cons Hohokockin. Yeah, I'm over it. What's some dumb names I can pronounce in this state without having a fucking aneurysm? Tulik Valley. That's what I called my ex's tuna canoe. Little Tits. Also what I called my ex. The way you guys name things, pancake is too easy. There's got to be pankake or some shit. Cracker Sport. Kind of racist, not gonna lie. In Canada, we just call Cracker Sport hockey. All right, that's enough of that. If you guys like this video, I can make more like it. Let me know in the comments.
What's wrong with these people? All right, now to your weather, guys. All right, drop it in the comments. What's your weather? That is hilarious, Sheila. Get it, girl. All right, go. All yours.
In the weather today, 2 storm systems will lead to winter weather hazards. The first system is already producing freezing rain across portions of the mid-Mississippi Valley, as well as a significant widespread ice storm from northern Arkansas to Kentucky. Total ice could exceed a quarter inch from the Ozarks to the I-64 corridor in eastern Kentucky, making travel conditions hazardous. Further northeast, multiple rounds of light snow from the Ohio Valley and central Appalachians to the mid-Atlantic through Friday. Highest snowfall totals across the mountains of far western Maryland and West Virginia. Otherwise, 3 to 6 inches expected across portions of northern Virginia, most of Maryland, Washington, D.C., and Delaware. Rain and or thunderstorms possible in the mid to lower half of Texas, east to Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, central to eastern Tennessee, South Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and northern Florida. Snow expected today in central to northern Nebraska, central to western South Dakota, eastern, northern, and western Wyoming, southeastern to western Montana, Idaho, mid-central to northern Utah, portions of northern Nevada, eastern, central, and northern Oregon, and central to western Washington, with coastal rain from northern Washington to mid-Oregon. Guys, we've got wind chill warnings and advisories still in effect from northern Idaho, east to northern Michigan, and south to central Nebraska. High wind warnings in Wyoming from Medicine Bow to Centennial, and in California from Taft to Tehachapi area to Ridgecrest. Avalanche warnings in Vail, Aspen, and Gunnison, Colorado areas. We still have freezing fog warnings from Lamar to Springfield, Colorado, Boise City to Amarillo, Texas, and Seminole to Snyder down to Big Lakes, Texas. And here in Elizabethton,
it's windy.
It's about,
It's
very windy, about
windy.
34 degrees, and the sun finally poked out. So guys,
And-
up in those areas, obviously, like I said, that is coast to coast, and that upper portion, the northern portion, that is snow. Below that, you're going to get the freezing rain. Below that, you're going to get rain. Okay, there's not very many areas that aren't going through some either wind, snow, freezing fog, freezing rain. There's not many portions. So guys, just stay alert and stay tuned to your weather.
All right, as we go over to the comments, I want to first start with this one. It's Kurt Solomon Sr. Good morning from Kurt Solomon, Simi Valley,
Oh, Simi Valley.
California. That's special to me. All right, all right, let's head over to the comments. Let's go over to Scott Granger. Respect your elders. You got your walker? I'll respect you. All right, get it. All right. Dean Stein says the parents that allow the kids to sit home are in the wrong. Yes, right. Get out and play, you little bastards. That's what mine used to tell me.
Chucky.
All right, Chucky says 5 snowing in Cheyenne, Wyoming. You're still there?
Yes.
Son of a biscuit. All right, Leanne
And he's alive, so that's a good
16 degrees snowing, cold as F.
thing. Yes.
And she's referring to still alive because he's at a haunted hotel.
Yeah, he's in a haunted
All
hotel.
right, she's in Auburn, Indiana. All right, Ed Rogers says, remember handwritten receipts. Remember getting up to change the channel on your TV? LOL, the good old days. I remember.
Yes.
Remember the credit card receipts?
Yeah, the
That's how I used to scam petty cash when I drove a fuel truck. Just saying, bro. The old school way made you monies in a lot of ways you didn't know.
Which is why in those things they came
My
up with
dad
technology.
actually taught me that. So don't go there. And cash, that's why they want to go cashless too.
Yeah.
Because cashless ends a lot of organized crime. All right. It traces money. All right. Ronald Heber says St. Leonard, New Brunswick, Canada, -20 and cold. Wayne, I have a shirt on. Get it. Yeah, he never has a shirt on when I talk to him on the phone. These guys are weird. All right. Jason Fry says Cotton Center, Texas, 23 and foggy.
Yep.
All right. 72 in Oakland, Florida, and sunny. Screw
Nice.
you, Dean. Seriously, bro.
Obviously, that's like either central or more south in Florida.
All right. Park City, Utah, 35 and cloudy. The
Yes.
pictures I showed you of me this morning
Mhm.
was in Park City, Utah.
Oh, yeah, great.
Last
pictures.
time I was
Yeah.
out on the road, there's a guy who loved that drive. All right, Jeremy says 25 and freezing, drizzling in Abilene. Not
Yes.
good. Pretty Lee's in Abilene.
Yes.
Charles says 57, Johnson City. Becky Underwood says Houston, Texas, 40 and raining.
Yes.
Shane Richardson, who did not get my jet yesterday to go out to polish his truck, obviously can't afford this polisher. Says 11 in Guyman, Oklahoma. Glenn Clay, another Volvo driver right here. Glenn Clay Jr. along with Kelly Shane Richardson. They're Volvo buddies.
Oh, is that what it is?
I'm getting it today.
Well, it's a pretty white Volvo.
It is a pretty white Volvo. I use it in the Swift video.
Yeah.
61 in foggy and leaky Texas. And that's actually a Freightliner in that video. As that booger's hanging out of my nose. All right, this one's yours, Sheila.
All right. Frill Tristan says 10 degrees in Princeton, Illinois, and cloudy. Thank you, Sheila. And back to you, Wayne Amigo.
Yeah, it is. Justin Williams says DeSoto, Missouri, 16 degrees and cloudy.
Yep.
All right, Chucky says, I'm so over winter.
Right.
Most
I
people
agree.
are, Chucky. All right, Chucky says, made it another night. They didn't get to my trucks till 5 p.m. yesterday. Hopefully you're out of there today. All right, Sheila, that handles the comments. We're done over there.
Yeah.
My God, you guys
Yes.
will win me.
I know. And the weather is just crappy. And hopefully next week is going
Oh,
to be
we
better.
still got wellness. Jeez, let's
Yes.
go get it. All
So,
right.
Guys, we do have for Wellness Wednesday. And so this was an article, and go up to my cat, please.
All right. Your
Yeah.
cat?
Yes.
Okay.
So there's an article that's been going around, and there's
Oh,
YouTube
yeah.
videos about Torah,
Yeah.
the traveling over the road kitty.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's been making some news. And so I checked into it,
Trending.
and I decided to go ahead and check it out. And this is a kitty that has that travels with his trucker dad, his trucker parents, and has been to 42 different states. So the video features this cat, and it says, and the dad says that having the cat on the truck helps relieve some of the loneliness of the road. He also says that walking Torah on her leash a few times every day gives him a reason to get out of the truck and move around a lot. Studies have, so I started getting into it as far as animals and how they benefit you drivers. Okay, so I mean, we love our Gemma with us, and she is definitely beneficial to us. And so I started looking into it. So studies have also found that levels of feel-good brain hormone oxytocin spiked when people just pet an animal, okay? And that pets served as a multiplier for their happiness. Pets can also negate bad moods and loneliness. Studies done by the CDC and National Institutes of Health found that truckers who ride with pets have decreased blood pressure, cholesterol, and triglyceride levels, all of which can reduce heart attack risks. So many truckers also get more exercise since most animals, especially dogs, must be walked. In addition, some truckers say having a pet is better than a human because they don't take up too much space. They don't bother you with boring conversations, and they adjust pretty quickly. So, and this here too, I want to put this up because the top one is Diesel, which is
Brittany
Aiken's dog, that's she. And
Ding!
the bottom one
Ding!
is Valerie Sparkle's
Ding!
Ding
Oh.
of her Great Dane, who she also has a monkey.
Monkey.
We also know that Gary and Debbie Jones have their
2 dogs,
animals,
yep.
and a lot of you guys do too. And we just wanted to put that up because in wellness, as far as stress, that riding with animals can reduce your stress levels and make you more calm and feel better. So that when you're dealing in all these stressful situations, perhaps having a pet companion with you can help you out, not only reduce your blood pressure, but your cholesterol and your mood.
Well,
So,
you're speaking of stress, Sheila, and there's nothing
important
like
for you
having a
drivers.
good road dog with you.
Correct.
There's not, or a cat, or a bird, whatever makes you happy. If it's a lizard, not a lot, but a lizard, that's fine. But these drivers, that was good, wasn't it?
I like how you just worked that in.
I did. I worked it in.
Yeah.
Point being is because I have
we're
a video.
not talking about those type of lizards that are.
No, I have a
Well,
video that I want to play.
Each to their own is all.
I want a video that I want to play that actually a pet would be great to have in a moment like this, because after you deal with certain situations,
Stressful.
It's very stressful. And
Right.
I'm going to play this video, okay, guys? And most of you guys could probably relate to this. I know I can. And this is another thing that causes stress.
Right.
And having a companion with you, like an animal, could relieve you of the stress of this situation right here.
Right.
Okay, so knock it down 10 miles an hour. That's all I'm asking. Can you do that for me?
That's what I did over here. That's why I'm saying that I'm not bobtailing on the roads.
Then what are we gonna do? Just sit and give in?
I'm assuming that you guys would have somebody to come over here and fix it, right?
Not for 2 or 3 hours, I don't know. That's why I'm telling you to bobtail.
Then I guess I'm gonna have to sit here for 2 or 3 hours then.
Mike, what's the deal, buddy? What's going on?
The deal is that you guys don't drive in this weather. You guys don't drive the truck in this weather. Right? I'm the driver. You guys sit behind the screen and say that the roads are good, and then I drive on them and I slide all over 80
And wind up in a ditch.
Right.
Right. What do you think about that, Sheila?
Well, I'm happy and proud of the driver that he was standing up for himself and he was saying no. You're not going to have me bobtail. You're not. I guess I'm going to be sitting here for 2 to 3 hours until you can get this figured out, because I'm not going to be sliding all over the place. I'm not going to drive in these conditions. You guys aren't the ones behind this wheel dealing with this. You guys are behind the desk inside of a nice warm little area there and aren't dealing with what I'm having to deal with. So you just asking me to just drive 10 miles slower. Can't you just do that? Oh, what's the matter with you? Well, screw you. You get out here and drive this and try this. So I am proud of the driver for saying, no, life overload. Absolutely. And standing his ground and not taking it.
That I agree. The thing that you said right there is life before load.
Right.
It's important. Many times I've sat in Lincoln, Nebraska, not broke down, but due to weather, sitting in a truck stop and stayed there purposely because I wasn't going out on that road. And dispatcher's like, dude, you need to move. You're going to be late. I'm going to be alive and late. So deal with it. Dispatch, right. You don't drive. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. I don't care how many weather channels you've been to.
Right.
You're not this driver. You're not grabbing this wheel. You're not white knuckling going down that highway. Right. Your sphincter is not flexing sitting behind a screen.
Right.
Okay. My sphincter's like, oh my God, what do you got me doing today?
Right.
Because I'm looking out that window going, oh boy, here we go. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I do, because especially with the winter, with the weather conditions, you know that. I mean, I look at the weather every morning, but I can only go by what they're showing me at that moment. And that's why we ask for you guys to drop the weather. That is for your guys' benefit. So you guys can tell each other what's going on in those areas. If the roads are icy or it's snowing, I can only go by generalization of what they're giving me and what they're showing me. Period.
But this is stressful. It's stressful for a driver because now that driver's going, oh man, I got to deal with the company. Am I going to lose my job because I refuse to move?
Penalized.
It is penalized. What's that?
Not going to get a load.
Right. What's that? Oh, right. What's my driver manager going to do? How's it going to treat me? Oh no, I'm going to go look for another job. What are they going to put on my DAC record? Right. So you're talking about animals and stuff like that, and that's why it's good to have one of these guys with you. It's good, it really is, and I'm glad you brought that up this morning because you know what? Sometimes you just need to stroke one out. On a pet. Stroke that pet and make sure you're
listen, okay. Little Johnny with the virus. All
right, let's head over to the comments, and while you guys drop your comments, I want to read a comment that kind of reflects what that gentleman was talking about. And I posted it the other day up on the driver's side. It's from a guy named Kelly Brewer Walton. He says, my oldest has been in trucking for 6 years now. My youngest is about to get into it. I pray for all you road warriors out there. Stay safe. You're the captains of your ships. You make the call to stay put or push through. Don't let a desk jockey dispatcher push you into bad situations. And thank you so much for all of your sacrifices. And the guy nailed it. Guy nailed it in the comment. He said it. Don't let that desk jockey tell you what your rig's going to do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Justin Williams says, I bet the dispatch in that video somewhere in Florida, not knowing what snow even looks like.
It is quite possible.
Ronald says, in all my years, I never had anyone tell me to drive if I don't feel safe. It's my life, and not a load is worth it. And remember, someone is waiting at home for you and loves you too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right.
Absolutely.
Again, right. And that's the type of shit I'm talking about is these people, they go home to they nailed it. Like Justin said, probably in Florida behind some computer, like the guy said in the video, behind a computer. You're not seeing what I'm seeing. On top of that, that guy gets to go home after he ends that phone call, shut his computer down, and walk through the front door of his house, kiss his kids, his wife, and say, all right, let's for dinner. That driver probably delivered through rain, sleet, and snow.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? No, it's the lack of education from the dispatcher. I'm proud of the driver. And on top of that, the fact that these drivers are put in this position should not happen.
Right. I agree.
Okay,
and it is stressful. Not only is the weather right now and the driving in it stressful, but then, like you said, then you have dispatch who's pushing and they want you to keep on going because they're not the ones driving it. They're not experiencing, which is stressful, let alone if you're dealing with stuff at home and everything else. And stress can really take a toll on your body in so many negative ways.
It's one of the number one killers.
Mentally
it's
and
one
physically.
of the number one killers. I'm going through it right now myself. All right. Pretty Lee Riley says, my dispatcher will not let us roll in bad weather. Freight gets there when it gets there.
That's right.
Arrive live.
That's right.
Get it, driver. I love that comment. Thank you, Pretty Lee Riley, for that comment. And all right, Chucky. Let's give her Chucky. Yeah, I seen that video yesterday. Yeah, Chucky, it's floating around TikTok. There's my family right there real quick. I want to say hello to Kathy Griffin.
Good morning, Kathy.
BJ Griffin and the Griffins. I love all of you. It's good to see you in here, Kathy. I'm glad you're here. I hope everything's going good in Georgia.
Yeah.
So they're in Georgia. Love you, Kathy. All right, good to see you here. All right, let's head on down to Dave Unberger, the union guy. All right, he says, good morning. Here it comes to Arctic Vortex. How do Wayne and Sheila stay away from I-84 Columbia Gorge tomorrow through Monday? Stay away. Okay, yeah, I'm not going to be in any gorge anytime soon.
No.
Right, Dave?
No.
Slow down, bro.
We're not moving anytime
We're not going
soon.
to. Actually, I'll be going somewhere this weekend with Charles. I'll be out on 81 filming
cool.
throughout the weekend.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw some of the footage we got the other day, and it was absolutely gorgeous. I loved it. It's my therapy. I need to get away, and that's where I find my serenity is catching
in between
you guys
visits,
grabbing gears.
In between visits.
In between visits, you all right?
Yeah.
What are you over there bouncing?
In between visits with Mama.
Well, Mama Bunny. Well, yeah, reminds us Friday, no show, guys. No show Friday morning. As of now, we got Mama Bunny in surgery. All right, guys.
Yes,
so all right, let's
early.
All right. Scott Dar, good to see you. Been a while since I seen that name. He says, hey, Wayne and Sheila, how are you? We're doing good, Scott. We're doing really good.
Doing great.
All right, Gary says, warning, up to minus 32 today.
Correct.
Where you at, Gary? I forget where Gary is. All right, look.
It's going to be in that upper north area somewhere.
All right, I think we're good. All right,
Michigan,
Gary
Wisconsin,
says, y'all have a great day and stay safe out there, drivers. Thank you, Wayne and Sheila. No,
Thanks,
thank
Gary.
you. Real quick, Scott Granger says 63 in Warren, Texas, and crappy fog and rain. All right, Glenn Killay, real quick, says, I might be getting a new black Volvo. Just haven't made my mind if I want to get out this one or not. Ooh. That Volvo's gonna have to be black Volvo's gonna have to be pretty nice for you to step out of the one you're in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. God, I wish I had. I think I don't have.
So
this
we get a
video
sneak peek when you do.
Yeah, I want.
If you do.
I want exclusive rights. All right. All right. Gary says I do some dispatching, and no, I don't expect a driver to move on weather like that. Makes absolutely no sense. What's wrong with these people asking to go slower? One word for you, and it's not yes, sir.
Right.
Get it, Gary. All right, Becky Underwood, real quick. Well, everyone, have a great day. Wayne and Sheila.
You too,
Campbell,
Becky.
great job. All right, Scott Dar hasn't been here for a while, so we'll get him. I'm sitting at home in quarantine due to COVID-19. Oh, boy. Well, it's good to see you're alive.
Yeah.
Let's start there, and
Yeah.
you'll be just fine. It's just a little sickness. You'll be all right. As long as it's not the variant that they're talking about. We'll talk more about that later. It is Wellness Wednesday, though.
It is Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah.
But we were talking about stress,
All
and we were talking about what animals and pets can do for you to relieve that stress. So,
all right. Justin Williams' update on the weather in DeSoto starting to freaking snow.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, careful.
All right. Look, I'm done. I'm going to go with Kathy Griffin right here. Safe travels today. Talk to you soon. Love you guys. We love you too, Kathy. All right. Are we good, Sheila?
We are.
We done?
That was it.
Fumble. Oh, yeah. Bank shot.
Yeah.
My bad, honey. I'm sorry. Remember, guys, you're the heartbeat of America. You should be treated that way. Don't treat your wife that way. All right. All right. Remember to always keep. All right. Wait. Friday is going to be the Weavis and Nubhead show. No, it's not. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. Stop.
Will. They're gonna get bored.
I have an enclosed a cat on my truck. He's my world. So great. For stress relief. And with that being said, guys, remember, guys, put your life before any load.
That's right.
And like Ronald said, there's someone at home that loves you. And if not, we care. Okay, we care right here. Remember, guys, you're the heartbeat of America. You should be treated that way. Always keep your shiny side up, rubber side down. My beautiful wife, what do you got to do to make money in the truck industry?
You got to keep that left door closed.
All right, we hit everything, right?
Yes.
We good? Are we
good.
done?
We are.
All right, you got a feel good of the day.
Pity.
All right, she's got a feel good pity of the day. You guys, we'll be back tomorrow morning.
See you tomorrow.
6 a.m.
I don't want to alarm anyone, but I haven't snacked in 25 minutes. I don't know whether that sort of gets an award nowadays, but that is something. That is for me. Oh my God, stop it! You don't need to clap me.